just want to say to the United States Chamber of Commerce, if we didn't have tariffs, we wouldn't have made a deal with Mexico. We got everything we wanted, and we're going to be a great partner to Mexico now because now they respect us. They didn't even respect us. They couldn't believe how stupid we were with what's going on, where somebody comes in from Mexico and just walks right into our country, and we're powerless to do anything. Whereas they have very strong immigration laws. They don't have to take anybody. They can say, out, you get. So we're going to be essentially using, to a large extent, the very powerful immigration laws of Mexico. And Mexico wants to do a good job. They're moving 6,000 soldiers to their southern border. Do you think they agreed to do that before? And they're paying them. They're moving 6,000 soldiers to their southern border. That means the people from Guatemala, the people from Honduras and El Salvador, in theory, if they do it right, they're not going to be able to get through. Nobody's going to be able to get through. And then they're also going to protect our southern border. So it should have a big impact. Now, with all of that being said, the Democrats refuse to do anything on illegal immigration. They want open borders, and they don't mind crime. They don't mind human trafficking. They don't mind drugs. And you tell me if that's a good campaign issue, because I think they get clobbered on that issue.
Mr. President, my Becky has a question. You know Becky Quick.
Hi, Becky. I know Becky for a long time. Hi, Becky.
Hi, Mr. President. Mr. President, just on China, we had our correspondent from Beijing telling us today that the Chinese ministry won't confirm that you're going to be meeting with President Xi at the G20. If they don't come, if President Xi doesn't come, will that mean that the tariffs on China for the additional $300 billion in goods go on immediately?
Yes, it would, and I think he will go, and I think we're scheduled to have a meeting. I think he'll go, and I have a great relationship with him. He's actually an incredible guy. He's a great man. He's very strong and very smart, but he's for China, and I'm for the United States. It's a very simple stat. He's for China, I'm for the U.S., so we're going to have our differences, but I think the differences can be worked out very easily. I would be surprised if he didn't go. I think he's going. I haven't heard that he's not. We're expected to meet, and if we do, that's fine, and if we don't, that's fine. Look, from our standpoint, the best deal we can have is 25% on $600 billion, okay? And then those companies are going to move into other locations, and they're going to send and there won't be a tariff. You know, our business people in this country are very sophisticated. They're very good. If a product goes up in price, they go to Vietnam, or they go to one of many other countries, or they make the product in the United States, which is my favorite. But that's what will happen. Now, if we don't have a deal, if we don't make a deal, then we will be raising the tariffs, meaning putting the tariffs on more than, we've only taxed 35 to 40% of what they send in. They have another 60%, and that'll be taxed, absolutely.
Mr. President, just on an aside, and it's just, we're the envy of the world, as you know, in terms of innovation and technology. And I guess the worry is we certainly don't want to kill the goose that lays the golden egg. Do you think Facebook and Google and Amazon, are these companies too big now? Do you think the antitrust scrutiny is warranted, and do you think they should be broken up?
Well, I can tell you they discriminate against me. People talk about collusion. The real collusion is between the Democrats and these companies, because they were so against me during my election run. Everybody said, if you don't have them, you can't win. Well, I won, and I'll win again because we're doing well. And we're not the fools anymore. We're not the foolish country that does so badly. You look at India, very good friend of mine, Prime Minister Modi. You take a look at what they've done, 100% tax on a motorcycle. We charge them nothing. So when Harley sends over there, they have 100% tax. When they send it, they make a tremendous number of motorcycles. When they send them in, no tax. I called him. I said, it's unacceptable. He reduced it by 50% with one phone call. I said, it's still unacceptable because it's 50% versus nothing. It's still unacceptable, and they're working on it. But if we didn't have the power of what we have, and if we weren't the bank, well, if we weren't the bank, we wouldn't even be talking about it because nobody would care. But we're the bank that everybody wants to rob, and that's what they've been doing for a long period of time. $800 billion we have in trade deficits with other countries. So you tell me who made those deals.